Oh, no. No, please.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 scariest alien abduction and experiment scenes.
Let's say a few things. First, I'd like to say season's greetings. Then I'd like to say, keep your hands on the table at all times.
For this list, we'll be looking at the scariest scenes from film and TV involving an alien abduction. These don't necessarily have to come from UFOs, as up-close and personal abductions will be included as well. We'll only be including alien-on-human abductions and experimentation scenes, so the reverse will not be included.
For the first and only time in US history, issued a press release stating the crash of a flying disc.
What's your favorite alien movie? Be sure to let us know in the comments below.
If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below.
Number 10. Peter is Taken, Guardians of the Galaxy. Even though Guardians of the Galaxy is a funny and lighthearted family movie, it contains a rather unsettling opening sequence.
Take my hand. Peter. Pete, come on. Take my hand.
Young Peter Quill watches his sick mother die, screams in absolute anguish, and then runs outside into a dark and foggy night, only to be abducted by a massive spaceship that appears out of nowhere. It might be a little too much for young children to handle. There's a lot of scary imagery, both human and supernatural, and the scene's tone is dark, depressing, and rather dreadful. Parents were probably wondering if they took their kids into the right theater. Number 9. Grace, American Horror Story, Asylum.
I prayed for death. I thought my prayers were answered when I saw a bright white light.
We wouldn't know, but alien abduction sounds like a confusing experience. This experience is expertly conveyed in an episode of American Horror Story Asylum, and it's told through the wonders of editing and sound design. While Grace talks about her experience with the aliens, audiences are treated to some trippy visuals.
I thought it was heaven.
Bizarre alien-like images flash across the screen, and the scene often cuts to Grace's terrified face. The sound design is also abrasive, complete with piercing noises, a crying baby, and a fast heartbeat.
Felt like I was being torn in half. I didn't think I could survive it.
We don't know what's going on, but we love every second of it. Kit's abduction was pretty freaky too, but it was more of a traditional alien abduction scene.
Kid!
Mama!
Let's honor the experimentation. Number 8. Mary's abduction, Intruders.
There's a blue light outside my window.
Can you see the clock, Mary?
Mm-hmm.
What time is it?
12:15.
Throughout May of 1992, CBS aired a miniseries titled Intruders, which was based on famous ufologist Bud Hopkins' book Intruders: The Incredible Visitations at Copley Woods. For a network miniseries, the abduction sequence is actually quite eerie.
I don't want to go with them.
With who, Mary? Who are they?
Oh, men. Little gray men.
The music is suitably cold and creepy, the little gray aliens look good, the visual effects are commendable, and the makeup work on the alien hybrids is relatively convincing. The scene doesn't really do anything new in regards to alien abductions, but the production values and music are more than enough to impress and creep out audiences.
They're putting something in my nose. Ow. Ow. Ow! Oh, it hurts.
Number 7. Slumber Party VHS 2. The thing with anthologies like the VHS series is that quality wildly diverges from story to story. Some are absolute duds, while others genuinely leave an impression and deserve to be their own full-length features. One of the best segments of VHS 2 is Slumber Party Alien Abduction, directed by Jason Eisner of Hobo with a Shotgun fame. The final abduction is particularly scary and gruesome, as Gary and his dog Tank are trapped by the UFO's tractor beam. Gary lets go of Tank, resulting in the dog falling to his death. Audiences get to watch and hear it all. It's grisly stuff, and the poor quality of the video lends the scene an air of intense realism. Number 6. Samantha's Abduction, The X-Files. This iconic show has featured many brilliant abduction sequences.
I'll never let anything happen to you.
Including the one with Mulder himself that closed out season 7. But there's just something about the scene involving poor young Samantha.
Now look, the fuse is blown.
Maybe it's because the girl is so young, which results in a deeper emotional attachment, or maybe it's just the way the sequence is filmed. It comes equipped with freaky strobing lights, a suspenseful pulsing soundtrack punctuated with sharp noises, a thin alien, and the incredibly eerie sight of Samantha levitating and floating out the window in the midst of an otherworldly orange light. Number 5. Jesse Disappears, Dark Skies. In all the abduction scenes so far mentioned on this list, aliens have utilized their UFOs. But not in Dark Skies. No, the aliens in this movie like to get up close and personal.
Sammy?
Jesse sees his younger brother Sammy in the hallway and approaches him before he's interrupted by the yell of his father. After seeing that Sammy is with him, Jesse turns around and is confronted by numerous gray aliens who use some sort of light power to abduct him. The images are freaky, and the accompanying soundtrack, complete with escalating, piercing shrieks, horrifically conveys a sense of being attacked. This was certainly not a friendly visit. Number 4. Prey, Under the Skin. Jonathan Glazer's Under the Skin is one of the most inventive alien movies in some time, and it's scenes like this that earned the film its widespread critical acclaim. A Scottish man undresses and follows Scarlett Johansson's woman into a black and featureless void. He then wades into some dark and mysterious liquid while she walks on top, and the camera follows her. When she turns back, the man is gone, seemingly swallowed by the liquid. It's a highly unique and commendable way to portray and film an alien abduction, and Mika Levi's accompanying score is absolutely haunting. The confusing, unexplainable, and art house nature of these scenes helps place the movie above the traditional alien fare. Number 3. Whitley Meets the Aliens, Communion. This movie, starring Christopher Walken, is based on the supposedly true story depicted in Whitley Strieber's book, Communion. Strieber had experienced some unexplainable phenomenon, including segments of lost time. With the help of ufologist Bud Hopkins, the same man who wrote Intruders, Strieber realized that he had supposedly encountered aliens. In this scene, Whitley approaches a bright light in a field and makes his way inside of a spacecraft. Here he meets a group of alien creatures and experiences some bizarre visions.
I'll say a few things. First, I'd like to say season's greetings. Then I'd like to say, keep your hands on the table at all times.
Communion isn't widely adored, but this is nevertheless a well-filmed, suitably bizarre and unnerving sequence, especially in regards to that alien jaw. That thing is equal parts horrifying and disgusting. Number 2. Barry, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Steven Spielberg's alien masterpiece isn't a scary movie by any means. In fact, it's arguably one of the most poignant and touching alien invasion movies ever made. But Barry's Abduction remains one of the scariest abduction sequences ever put to film. Spielberg is obviously a master of his craft, and his talents are on full display throughout this scene. He utilizes camera movement, sound design, and lighting to convey a sense of confusion and fear. The latter two aspects are especially prevalent when Barry opens the door to an ominous orange light and a deep, throaty humming. It's one of the most iconic and scariest images in movie history.
Barry! Barry!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Abducted and experimented on. Fire in the Sky.
What is it? I don't know what that is.
The story of Travis Walton remains one of the most famous alien incidents, regardless of its veracity. Based on his book, The Walton Experience, Fire in the Sky details Walton's supposed abduction in 1975.
Hey, Mike! Travis, get out of there! Leave this son of a bitch here if he's gonna be an asshole!
The movie is mostly remembered for its abduction and experiment sequences, as they are unimaginably terrifying. The lighting, music, and unique visual design of the UFO help make the abduction sequence a startling experience. And that's to say nothing of the grotesque scenes inside the UFO itself. Never before or since has a nightmarish and unexplainable experience been so vividly captured in a movie. The production design is simply out of this world. No pun intended.
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.
Just to see